Good morning. This is the morning news on Remo TV. I am Oluduro Jeremiah. On the national news, Southern governors' resolutions at their meeting on Tuesday generated more nationwide reactions on Wednesday. The Northern Socio-Political Group, the Arewa Consultative Forum, said that some of those advocating restructuring were bent on the disintegration of the country. The group, however, supported the decision of the governors to ban open grazing of cattle. But the Southern senators and members of the House of Representatives commended the governor's call for restructuring and the ban on open grazing. The governors at their meeting in Asaba, the Delta State capital, banned open grazing and called on the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, to take bold steps to restructure the country. They also called on the President to address the nation and convene a national dialogue. Still on national news, Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Abdul Rashid Bawa, has said that he will not pay allegiance to individuals, especially powerful government officials, and would be ready to resign if anyone tried to make him act illegally. Bawa, who stated this in a television interview, said the agency had recovered $150 million from former Petroleum Resource Minister Diezani Alesi Madueke, who has been staying in Britain since leaving office in 2015. The anti-graft agency, Bawa said, also secured final forfeiture over 80 property in Nigeria valued at about $80 million. There are several cases surrounding Diezani's case. I was part of that investigation and we have done quite a lot. In one of those cases, we recovered $153 million. We have secured the final forfeiture of over 80 property in Nigeria valued at about $80 million. We have done quite a bit on that. The other cases, as it relates to the $115 million INEC bribery, is also ongoing across the Federation. We are looking forward to the time we will maybe have her in the country and of course review things and see what will happen going forward. The case has certainly not been abandoned. On international news, Eid prayers have been held in mosques across the country for the first time in 2 years. And since remnant of years gone by, worshippers lined up at mosques to mark the start of Eid al-Fitr, the second of the pandemic. But instead of being tightly packed together, shoulder to shoulder as they would have been before, space remained between the worshippers to respect precautions to curb the spread of COVID-19. Approved mosques were permitted to open 15 minutes before the beginning of prayers, which were limited to 15 minutes. People aged 60 and over and under the age of 12 were not permitted to attend. Earlier, UAE leaders shared greetings on social media, wishing citizens, residents, and the rest of the Muslim world a happy and blessed Eid al-Fitr. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, Vice President and ruler of Dubai, wished happiness, health, and peace to all. Eid Mubarak to the people of the UAE and the rest of the Muslim world. May the days ahead bring us peace, blessing, and prosperity, he said in a tweet. Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, prayed for peace, prosperity, and happiness. Eid Mubarak to the UAE President and Vice President, the rulers of the Emirates, and the UAE people, he tweeted. We pray that this blessed time brings peace, prosperity, and happiness to the people of our nation, the region, and the world. On sport news, Serena Williams, playing the 1000th WTA match of her career, crashed out of the Italian Open on Wednesday with a second-round defeat to Argentine Nadia Podoroska, weeks before her bid to make history at Roland Garros. Williams, 39, lost 7-6, 8-6, and 7-5 on her return after nearly 3 months away to a player 15 years a junior who was a surprise semi-finalist at last year's Roland Garros. You know, it's tough to have a first match on clay, said Williams, who has won 73 WTA titles over the past 2 decades. It was definitely kind of good to go to the distance and to try to be out there, but clearly I can do legions better. Maybe I do need a few more matches, so I'm going to try to figure that out with my coach and my team and see what we would like to do. Williams, a 4-time Rome winner and 23-time Grand Slam champion, had not played since her semi-final defeat to Japan's Naomi Osaka in the Australian Open this year, and the 8th seed found it tough going, losing in just under 2 hours to the 44th ranked Argentine. Lastly, on entertainment, popular Nollywood actress Iyabo Ojo has taken legal action against her colleague Yomi Fabiyi, and has demanded 100 million naira as payment for damages caused by his defamatory publication. Earlier yesterday, Fabiyi staged a protest demanding the bail and release of Jesha, who has been held by the police for allegedly molesting a minor. In a letter written by Ojo's lawyer, the Maverick Court in Lagos, it was said that during Fabiyi's protest defamatory statement were inscribed on placards, some of which read, "Nigeria police, please allow law to dictate to you, not Iyabo Ojo, princess and co. Please release Jesha." Another read, "Iyabo Ojo and princess promise to keep Jesha if released on bail in this era." Ojo, through her lawyers, denied making any statement to keep Jesha or unlawfully interfere with the statutory responsibilities of the Nigerian police force. And that'll be all on the morning news of Remo TV. For more news, check us on our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Official Remo TV. Visit our website at www.remotv.com.ng. I am Olubu Jeremiah. Good morning.